Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This honor represents one of my life's greatest ambitions, and I'm proud, along with my fellow Moonglows, to be its recipient. And we accept it with gratitude and a deep sense of humility. I want you to know that it took team spirit, hard work, dedication, and many personal sacrifices to get us to this place. We've tried very hard to produce good music and entertain the best we could, and we'll continue to do so for as long as we're able.
From doo-wop to disco, chess records to Tama Motown, this performer made an unmistakable influence on North American music. Nonetheless, his name is mostly obscure to the general public, with the exception of individuals who obsessively analyze record backs. A musical multitasker who's worked with the well-known 50s singing group, the Moonglows would later steer the career of soul legend Marvin Gaye. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Harvey Fuqua. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on July 27, 1929 in Louisville, Kentucky, he is the nephew of Charlie Fuqua of the Ink Spots, who formed the Moonglows with lead vocalist and fellow Louisville native Bobby Lester, Alexander Graves, and Prentice Barnes. The group was mentored by famed rock and roll DJ Alan Freed. They appeared with him on his radio program, concerts, and in the films Rock, Rock, Rock. The soundtrack was released by MCA and Mr. Rock and Roll. The group was originally known as the Crazy Sounds, but Freed renamed it the Moonglows. American Height Wax included a fictitious group based on the Moonglows and Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. In 1953, the Moonglows made their debut releases under Freed's Champagne label. The group signed with Art Sheridan Chicago-based Chance Records the next year, achieving a regional hit with a version of Doris Day's Secret Love.
To be free, so
When Chance dissolved the following year, label head Ewart Abner advised them to try to sign with another Chicago company, Chess Records. In late 1954, their Chess song Sincerely reached #1 R&B charts for 2 weeks and number 20 on the Billboard pop charts. Other Chess singles using the group's Blow harmony include, most of all, We Go Together, which reached at number 9 on the R&B charts.
someday we will be.
And the double-sided smash Seesaw, which peaked at number 6 on the R&B charts. Back with When I'm With You, which peaked at number 15. A rendition of Percy Mayfield's 1950 gold hit Please Send Me Someone to Love, which reached number 5 on the R&B charts.
Peace will enter.
As well as 10 Commandments of Love, which peaked at number 9.
You will find since the beginning.
These songs were ascribed to Harvey and the Moonglows, whose roster included former members of the Washington, D.C. doo-wop group The Marquis, including Marvin Gaye, Reese Palmer, James Nolan, Chester Simmons, and Chuck Barksdale, who were on loan from the Dells. Fuqua departed the Moonglows in 1958, and label president Leonard Chess suggested that he should join Anna Records in neighboring Detroit. Keeping gay, he gave the other 3 Marquis members tickets back to DC. He went to Detroit and started working with. Seesaw co-writer Billy Davis and Anna Gordy, whose brother Barry he had met when he came to Chess to license the rights to a couple of songs. Fuqua recorded Lamont Anthony, otherwise known as Lamont Dozier, and Johnny Bristol while working with Anna, both of whom went on to have success with Motown Records. Berry Gordy became aware of Fuqua after observing his long practice sessions while Fuqua was renting a room at the house of his sister Esther Gordy and her husband. Fuqua was still collaborating with Chess, creating sides for Etta James. In 1961, he started his own labels, Tri-Fi and Harvey Records. At one point on their roster, he had the Spinners, Junior Walker, and the All-Stars, and Shorty Long. He's tired of the rigors of running a small independent label with no distribution or manufacturing edge against major label competition. Fuqua was glad when Motown founder Berry Gordy hired him to head the label's artist development department, basically a charm school for the label's artists. He was assisted by Gordy's sisters Gwen, Fuqua's wife, and Anna, and Maxine Powell, and Charlie Atkins, and brought the Spinners and Johnny Bristol to Motown. Fuqua co-produced several hits with Bristol, all with a touch of the Moonglow sound. Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell's Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Your Precious Love, and If This World Were Mine, as well as former Temptations member David Ruffins' My Whole World Ended, The Moment You Left Me. Fuqua departed Motown in 1971 and got a producing agreement with RCA Records. The label signed 2 bands represented by Fuqua's talent agency, The Nightlighters and New Birth. In 1972, Fuqua, Lester Graves, Doc Williams, and Chuck Lewis regrouped as the Moonglows. They released an RCA album called The Return of the Moonglows and a version of Sincerely that peaked at number 43 on the R&B charts. Fuqua rejoined with Marvin Gaye in the summer of 1982, collaborating on the Singer's Midnight Love album, which peaked at number 7 pop in late 1982, sold 2 million copies, and included the gold song Sexual Healing. The track Sanctified Lady from Gaye's posthumously released 1985 album Dream of a Lifetime spent 3 weeks at number 2 R&B charts in the spring of 1985. A resident of Concord, North Carolina in his later years, Harvey Fuqua passed of a heart attack at a hospital in Detroit on July 6, 2010 at the age of 80 years old. Now, before we go, I have a couple of questions for you all. What act that Harvey Fuqua had a hand in is your favorite? Also, what is your favorite song that Harvey Fuqua has touched?